All right, welcome. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on your computer and show you a super powerful tool that's been hiding in plain sight this whole time. We're talking about the command prompt, what I like to call your computer's secret language. Just think about that for a second. No more pointing, no clicking, no dragging icons around. Just you, a keyboard, and the power to give direct orders to your machine. It sounds like something straight out of a hacker movie, right? But it's totally real. And it's a power that's built right into every single Windows computer. Okay, let's dive right in. To really get a handle on this, we first need to look past the world we're all used to, the world of Windows and icons. So we all pretty much live inside the GUI, the graphical user interface. And it's great, it's visual, it's intuitive, but the CLI, the command line interface, that's a whole different beast. It runs on a completely different philosophy. Speed, power, and unfiltered control. This is where you stop asking the operating system nicely and you start telling it exactly what to do. You don't ask, you command.
And on Windows, our gateway into this world is the command prompt, or just CMD. For anyone who's into tech, you know this is way more than just some old, dusty tool. It's a fundamental skill. It's the thing that unlocks crazy efficiency and automation, and it's really the bedrock for even more advanced stuff like PowerShell and system administration.
So how do we actually start using this thing? We're going to start with the basics, but the real power here comes from fluency. Let's tackle a classic task, managing your files, but we're going to do it at the speed of thought.
We're going to do 3 simple things. Boom, boom, boom. We'll create a brand new space for a project. We'll instantly check what's inside it, and then we'll get a complete visual map of our entire folder setup.
Okay, first command, mkdir projects. It just means make directory. Forget all that right-clicking, going to new folder, typing a name. Nope, we just type what we want, hit enter, and just like you see on the screen, that folder pops into existence instantly.
All right, so did it actually work? How do we check? We use the dir command. Just type dir, and it lists out everything in your current folder. And look, you can see it right there in the output. Our new projects directory sitting there with the exact time it was created.
Now for a really cool one that not everyone knows about, the tree command. This gives you this awesome map-like view of all your folders and any subfolders they have. With just one command, you can see the entire layout of a drive without ever having to clip through a single window. It's fantastic. Okay, so we've got the basics of moving around down. Now let's get a little more advanced. It's time to put on our detective hats because we're going to use the command prompt to investigate our own system and its network connections. Every good investigation starts with finding an identity, right? Well, the command ipconfig/all is basically your computer's digital passport. You're not just finding your IP address, you're seeing your physical MAC address, your network servers, everything you would ever need to figure out a connection problem. Next, we check for a pulse. The ping command is super simple. It sends out a tiny signal to a server to see if it's even online. But here's a pro tip. Using the -T switch, like you see here, makes it ping continuously. This is great for watching a connection in real time, so you can see not just if it's working, but how stable it is. But what about the journey your data takes across the internet? That's where Tracert, or Traceroute, comes in. It literally shows you every single hop, every router and server your signal bounces off of to get to its destination. So if your favorite game server is lagging, Tracert can show you exactly where on the internet the problem is. And this detective work isn't just for the network. With Task List, you basically get X-ray vision into your own PC. It shows you every single process that's running, even the hidden background stuff. You can see its name and its unique process ID, or PID. If you spot something weird eating up your memory, you grab its PID and you're ready to shut it down. Okay, you've learned to navigate and you've learned to investigate. For this last part, we are unlocking some true superpowers. Commands that give you a level of control that you just can't get through the normal point-and-click interface. So here's a situation. You can right-click a file and check the hidden box, sure, but anybody who knows how to click Show Hidden Files in the settings can see it immediately. So how do you really hide something so it's truly out of sight? The answer is the attrib command. Now, I know it looks a little intimidating, but just think of it like a magic spell that changes a file's core properties. With this one single line of text, we can make a file practically disappear from the normal Windows Explorer. So let's break down that magic spell. Plus H sets the file to hidden. Plus R makes it read-only, so it can't be deleted by accident. And plus S, this is the secret sauce, it marks the file as a protected system file. When you combine all three, Windows basically says, okay, this is important and sensitive, I'm not going to show it to anybody by default. And finally, a command that's both super practical and, let's be honest, kind of fun to use: shutdown. Sure, you can click the restart button, but with this, you can schedule it. Shutdown/R means restart, and /T60 sets a timer for 60 seconds. It's perfect for when you're installing updates and need to give yourself a minute to save your work before the computer reboots. So there you have it. In just a few minutes, we've gone from making folders to doing network diagnostics and some pretty advanced system control, all without even touching the mouse. But honestly, this is just the very beginning of your journey. And this quote from an IT training course really says it all. Getting comfortable with the command prompt doesn't just make you faster, it shows you how a command line thinks. And once you get that, it's the perfect launchpad to learn even more powerful tools, like PowerShell and the whole world of scripting. So, you've had a taste of this direct control. You've seen the power that comes from speaking your computer's native language. The only real question left is, what are you going to command it to do next?